Hello everyone, this is the Prussian Prince with another Total War Attila tournament match. This is going to be Total War Attila League first league match between me and Karim Otoum. In the first game, I'm playing as the Geats and Karim Otoum is playing as the Jutes, so this game is going to be a little bit difficult for me considering the matchups, but anyway, time to go over the builds. So I have my Nordic Raid Leader Bronze 1 Gen with Brace, 3 Nordic Axe Warriors on each flank, all Bronze 1. I have in total looks like 5 Nordic hurlers, 3 in the center and 1 on each flank. I do have 2 Nordic pikes in the center. Then I have 3 Nordic horse lords on each flank. Looks like the ones on the left are all silver 2 and the ones on the right are looks like 2 silver 1 and 1 silver 2. So yeah, that seems to be it. In total I have, let's see, so that would be 14 units in total, 7 on each flank, and then we'd have like 5 from the center. Okay, I have 20 units, I guess, yeah, in total. But anyway, let's go over the composition here of Karim Otoum, which is a very interesting one actually. He has this Nordic Warlord Bronze 3 General with Brace. He has a Huskarl on each flank and then 2 Huskarls in the center, and now this is very interesting. He has, looks like, 2 Warhounds on each flank. No, 2 on the left, 3 on the right. This is very interesting. Then he has 4 Herdmen in the center, supported by 4 Nordic Horse Lords Silver 2, and then a Nordic Horse Lord Silver 2 on each flank. And that seems to be his composition, which is very, very interesting. At this point, I'm like, what is this build? This looks weird. Because I'm like, okay, I definitely have a skirmish advantage here because he has 0 skirmishing units, so let's see what we can do. So here I noticed that he's setting up his dogs, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give an attack order, and looks like I'm going to destroy these war dogs very easily. But here he does actually make it into my skirmishers, and still part of the dogs make it in, though the pikes are going to destroy all the dogs, so that's good for me. But I have wasted all of the missile weapons of this Nordic Horse Lord, something to keep in mind. Though the dogs here have pretty much died off. No, they have not died off. But it's so hard to see the war dogs on the field, and now these Nordic hurlers, which are very important to me, cannot actually fire. The thing is that he has a lot more infantry units than I do, so I need to use my hurlers properly. Here I am targeting his Nordic Horse Lords. I think I'm gonna get a charge off onto these herdmen. Here he did try and go in. Okay, so here I go with my unit. His is active, mine is winded, so this is not good. I'm at a small disadvantage, and his is a little bit more upgraded. I did get a really sweet charge off onto this herdman, so that is very good for me, obviously. But I don't have infantry support. That is my problem. Now he's gonna start sending in the Huskarls. I couldn't get charges off onto the Huskarls. If I just went around like this, maybe I could have, but still he has like a lot of cavalry on the field. Here, if I just lopsided this side, probably could have won this, because he has a lot of units out of position on his right. But here, as you can see, the Horse Lords just mopping up the herdmen. But right now, my problem is that, yeah, and my problem is actually a huge problem here, because now I didn't even get the charge off onto these Huskarls, it seems, so I didn't really, because I clicked an attack order to attack the Huskarls, but it seems like I didn't make it. I still have a bunch of axe units here, and now the problem here is that he gets his Horse Lords into my axe warriors, which is going to do a lot of work. But here my Horse Lords are destroying the Warhounds. Thing is, the Warhounds just did what they needed to do. Now the axes got the charge for me. Here though, I'm doing very well against these Nordic Horse Lords. I don't have axe support though, and this is a problem for me that I'm not sending in the axe support. But now I'm gonna get rid of this Horse Lord, but not before it did a lot of damage and killed off an axe warrior. I'm gonna send in the pikes here to defend. But he actually has some Huskarls behind my pike unit. This is really bad for me. It's so hard to move in pikes without them being useless. So here, they should start getting some kills for themselves, but as you can see, they're still dying fairly quickly. Though this is good that I'm supporting my Huskarls with the pikes, but my pikes are dying rapidly. Though I'm killing his Horse Lords and a lot of other units here. I'm getting my pikes down, and against herdmen, I mean, with axe support, here I'm feeling pretty confident about the engagement. I'm getting in more Nordic Axe Warriors against the Herdman here. I'm flanking his Herdman with my Axe Warriors, but this is the problem. I need my cavalry here. I need to protect my Nordic Axe Warriors. I don't know what I'm doing here. But at least I guess I'm firing at the flank of these Herdmen, which is a waste. But now I'm gonna get my axes charged by these Nordic Horse Lords. Here I've got more of my cavalry on the field. I don't know what the hell it was doing there. Perhaps just replay corruption again. I'm getting my cav into these Nordic Horse Lords, but he's gonna get another cavalry unit around. And I've got 2 cav on 1 cav. It's a problem for me. But now I'm gonna get an axe charge into this Horse Lord. And I've got my axes here fighting against this Herdman, which is good for me. I'm gonna get a nice charge into this Huskarl. But the thing is, I'm trying to get another charge into this Huskarl here too, but at this point I've lost a lot of my own axe warriors to his own Huskarls. And here this Huskarl unit is about to die to Horse Lords, but I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. So here I'm gonna break through on this side. Looks like I'm breaking through over here. Kind of, I got my general engaged. I'm sending in another axe unit here, which should do well, but he's got a lot of units out of position, which at this point I'm like, okay, I think it's fine. But here I'm gonna try and disengage and go for his Nordic Warlord. I've got more of my axes coming in, but my left flank is not looking so good, even though I've got my general in here. And this axe warrior is going to wreck the Herdman. It's still not looking great. My Horse Lord here is going to die, and looks like I didn't get a charge off here, perhaps again because of corruption. And Nordic Warlord did not die at all on the charge to my Nordic Horse Lord for some odd reason. But I'm gonna get my Axe Warriors here. I guess this unit is a zombie unit because it's not really doing anything. And on my left, I lost completely against all these Nordic Horse Lords. Looks like he's going to start disengaging soon. And now my Axe Warriors here going to get stumped on by this single Huskarl unit, which is now even using Frenzy. So the melee attack of it should be insane, 72 melee attack, and that's not counting in the bonuses that the unit has. So my axes are just falling rapidly. Huskarl has not lost this. Okay, Huskarl lost 2 men to this axe warrior. So definitely a very cost-effective engagement there for the Jutes. But now Geet's coming in with this rear charge from the axe warriors. I wonder how much damage it's actually going to do, though. Let's see. Actually, a lot of damage on that charge, even due to a couple of guys. So that definitely lowered the number of the Huskarl, but not enough. Here, as you can see, these Huskarls still fighting on against my pikes and against hurlers. This is not good for me at all here. These Huskarls still duking it out. Ooh. Yeah, hurdlers have no chance against Huskarls, let's put it that way. I mean, even 4 Huskarls are still difficult to kill with 4 Nordic Axe Warriors. I mean, if there's a blob engagement, the Huskarls are just going to wreck everything. Stomp all over the Axe Warriors in camp support and such. Yeah, my raid leader over here is actually doing a very good job, stellar job I should say, but now once these hurlers come in to my raid leader, he's not gonna like the situation anymore. And again, the shields appear and disappear on units. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. But that is indeed game. So actually we do get battle statistics now, so it wasn't that corrupted. As you can see here, he doesn't have a lot of men left. In fact, I have more men left, surprisingly. And his Huskarls did not do that well, but the problem was, okay, I have some axe warriors that did a lot, but he had a lot more infantry than I did. So I had 2 pikes, and then in total, I guess, 7 axes, whereas he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 infantry units compared to 7. And I had all these skirmishers, which I guess they did some job, but his horse lords just racked up the kills, as did mine. But again, very close game. Some of his warhounds were insane, though, somehow. And I didn't see which ones were destroying my units. Yeah, this is game 1. See you in game 2. This is the second game of the match, and in this game, I'm playing as the Saxons, and Karim Otoum is playing as the Eastern Romans. I have to make the comeback right now, otherwise, well, I'm gonna lose the match, as this is a best of 3. Forgot to mention, I suppose. But yeah, we'll see how it actually plays out. Just a moment. So here we go. Game has loaded. Let's put it in slow motion and go over the compositions. So again, I'm the Saxons and Karim Otoum is the Eastern Romans. Now, the Saxons here, we have 4 Nordic hurlers, 3 Nordic pikes, and then 3 axe warriors on each flank. All bronze 1, it seems. Then the Nordic raid leader, bronze 1 brace general, by the way. 3 Nordic horse lords on each flank, looks like the ones on the right. 2 bronze 1, 1 bronze 2, and the ones on the left, 3 silver 2 Nordic horse lords. Now that is the Saxon build. Let's go over the Eastern Roman one. So for Eastern Romans, we have bronze 3 Magister Militum with the brace. For the rest of the cavalry, we probably have a lot of Tugmatas, I think. Let's see. Yeah, 4 Tugmata cavalry, silver 1, 2 Contari. Then we have up front, looks like 4 Sagittari. We also have a Hetaria guard on each flank. That is a very, very good choice. Supported by a cohort up front. In the center, though, we have a bunch of Protectores Domestici. Looks like 3, 4, 5 of those. Now let's hit fast forward and watch the battle start. Again, I would say that I have a bit of a skirmish advantage because I prefer Nordic hurlers over these Sagittari. So yeah, and we do have the same number of skirmishers, but mine I would say are fairly better. And as you can see over here, I'm going to push on the side with my general. I'm gonna do a bit of a... I'm gonna try and overwhelm his right, basically, because he has a Hetaria here, sure. And now I'm actually gonna see if I can get a charge off with my cavalry into his cohort here. Or will I, though? I guess not. I'm still just gonna be firing off with Release here. It looks like I decide not to go in. He is actually... He hasn't activated... Okay, so he's going to activate Defensive Testudo, perhaps. Quite soon, I imagine. Ooh. Yeah, so that would be important. But it looks like I do charge in with a weird formation. And here he's going to try and go for my Contari, which is an interesting move, but I mean, he's going to lose a lot of men. And here's the problem for me. His Contari coming in here. I'm going to try and block with Slingers. I've got my cavalry in here, but as you can see, it has not done a lot of damage at all on the charge to this cohort. And I can't see the cohort unit. Okay, there it is. 113 men. Then this Contari here, as you can see, clearly losing in melee, so that's a bit of a wasted Contari on his part. It's gotten 0 kills on the Contari. Here I'm following up with the axes, so even though my horse lords are taking a significant amount of damage, here I'm also engaging the Tugmatas with the horse lords. Looks like I got a better engagement there. I'm gonna send up all my axes, but here I'm doing a bit of a weird thing. The axe warriors. Okay, I actually did some friendly fire, which was not good with the Nordic axe warriors. It's not good at all. A lot of it actually, but yeah, I broke through on this flank. I am kind of losing this horse lord, and for some reason it's wavering at 30 men. I'm gonna get a nice charge here into the Tugmatas. It should drop the number quite rapidly, but his I have upgraded my horse lords further. Now here he's got his Contari. It looks like they got stuck on my axe warriors. I wonder if this was what happened in the actual game. I do get a charge off here with my horse lords into his Protectores Domestici, but I don't have axe support in right now. I am targeting his Hetareas though with my Slingers, so this should do a lot of damage. I'm going to see if I can put my pikes in position against his Protectores Domestici, but even if they're in position, which as you can see they... Okay, looks like they barely are. I mean, he's still gonna be able to push through my my pikes with his very heavy melee infantry here. But it is going to take some time. So now my Nordic horse lords here destroyed that single unit, the Protectores Domestici, but now the Hetareas are going to crush me. Here he has engaged his general, which is actually doing a significant amount of work, but now the axe warriors are going to start dropping the Magister Militum. He's going to try and disengage here, but I mean, he's not... I don't know how well that's going to go for him. So here I get a charge off onto the Protectores Domestici. I don't know what... This is very, very strange what's happening right now, though. Protectores Domestici going for my units here. The pike unit is kind of unlike my Nordic pike. This is also strange. Probably is another weird thing about desync. Here is Protectores Domestici. As you can see, taking a lot of damage, but it's against Nordic pikes. I'm going to follow up with an axe warrior charge though, and now his Contari here are going to die. The Tagmata is here also going to die. I've got my axes in here, so this is a good engagement for me. As you can see, my axe warrior charge here did a significant amount of damage, and now they're just going to cut them down 2 units against 1. He is sending up another Protectorus Domestici to support, but at this point, as you can see, these pikes are holding quite well for now. They're taking a while to get killed. This Tagmata is dying to the pike unit. I guess that is a weird thing. So here this, well, not weird, I mean, it's weird that it's here. It's probably just replay corruption again. As you can see here, my cavalry and my infantry are just going to get rid of the Magister Militum General on that side. He is breaking through here, though, which is a very huge problem for me. I am destroying these Protectores Domestici, though, with the Axe Warriors very nicely, which means I have freed up a lot of my men here. I should be sending these 2 units around to flank. And the Magister Militum is dead, so right now this is going to be massive. I am going to get my units charged here, my axes, it seems, which is going to be important, but let's zoom in over here onto these Protectores Domestici. And then let's see the charge here, if it is a charge. Because it looks like he's not going to get the charge off as I pull out my axes there and block with the hurlers. That is good for me. Here is Protectores Domestici are running off the field, and that is game, second game. As you can see, I have my Axe Warriors, as expected, did very well here, and the pikes held for a decent amount of time and even killed some cav, but I wonder if it's because of replay corruption again. But this looked a bit weird, but it didn't look as weird as the previous games. Yeah, currently 1-1, so I tie things up. I need to win the next game in order to win the match. This is game 3 of the match, and it is going to be a weird one. I'm playing as the Elements, and he is the Sassanids. Now, Elements can definitely work against the Sassanids, that is for sure, but it requires a bit of a trick, obviously. We'll see if I can actually pull it off. So let's put it in slow motion and go over my build again. I'm the Elements and Karim Otoum is the Sassanids. So here we go. I have my Gnodomars Entourage Bronze 1 Brace Gen. Then I have, looks like 2 Noble, no. I have 4 Germanic Lancers in total and 2 Noble Germanic Horsemen. I also have the center composed of 2 Alemannic Scavengers supported by 2 Protectores Defectors. Right flank composed of an elite Alemannic Scavenger with an Alemannic Scavenger and 2 Protectores Defectors. Left flank basically the same thing, so basically symmetrical for me. Or is it though? It's not perfectly symmetrical. Anyway, now the Sassanid build, it is quite an interesting one. We have the Gold 3 Spachbed General with Brace. Then we do have a lot of strong cavalry, looks like 3... Okay, we have 4 Pushtigbans. These guys can do so much damage, and only 2 Persian Cataphracts, which is interesting. Up front we have 4 Armenian Slingers. These guys will just destroy all low armored units basically, but the thing about these guys is that 47 armor, so they're not so easy to destroy, that is. Then let's see what the rest of his forces are. Well, we have Persian Brigades, seems like 4 Persian Brigades, okay, 3 Nav Throwers. All the way at the back, 2 Sogdian Warriors, 1 Gold 1 and 1 Gold 2, so interesting composition here. It is definitely quite weird, but let's see. I'm going to fast forward things, and these Armenian Slingers are going to be very annoying for me. They're not really going to do damage, but I don't want to let them do the damage. So yeah, at the moment I'm just walking up to him. I don't want to make my units cause any issues to them. So it looks like he's going to want to target my cavalry, but now he's just going to pull back. He doesn't want to waste his ammo onto all these armored troops. And look at this, Protectores Defectors. No matter how many times he shoots them, the missile block chance is decent. Then they have lots of armor and health. There's no way Armenian Slingers would be cost effective against these units. He does activate Precision Shot though, which means his units now 75 missile damage. And it is still 0 AP because Slingers have 0 AP. So here my Germanic Lancers are going to take a lot of damage. I am going to get some charges off here. I am spear walling with the Persian Cataphracts. This is important for me. He is charging in here, and I pull out at the wrong moment. So I get rear charged. This is really bad for me. I should have just counter charged. I am getting my Protectorus defectors in here though, so I'm getting the support much quicker, and his support is just Persian brigades, right? So here I'm breaking through the Persian brigades easily. I'm gonna get more cav charges off with the Germanic Lancers and Noble Germanic Horsemen, so this is very good for me. Here, this unit, I didn't put it in Spear Wall, which is a massive mistake by me, and I don't know why I'm pulling out against Persian brigade. I should just be killing them off the field, because really it's just Persian brigades. Here, I'm engaging with a Noble Germanic Horseman against the Pushtigban, should win in prolonged melee. My Germanic Lancers here not doing great, and I didn't kill off this Armenian Slinger yet. I'm kind of pulling this unit out, but it's just walking, so it's going to take a lot of damage as it's pulling out. Here, I have broken through the center fairly nicely, but I have to be careful on the flanks because he has this Pushtigban Cataphract that could do a lot of damage. But I have broken through on my right. This Germanic Lancer did get caught. I am wrecking this Persian Brigade. So at this point, it's not looking too bad for me, actually. I am going to disengage the Germanic Lancers here. I'm going to get my general here with a cav charge into the Persian Brigade. I'm trying to rearrange my Alemannic Scavengers here to deal with the Pushtigbans, because that is going to be a problem with me. For me, I still have Germanic Lancers. I did get rid of this Persian Brigade. I'm going to send in my Protectorus Defectors. Sadly, I did not activate attacking Testudo. Would have made a hell of a lot of difference here. He's actually firing off his Naft Throwers, which is okay for me, and his Slingers at my cavalry, which is annoying because these Germanic Lancers will take a lot of damage. And now, my Alemannic Scavengers are braced, so they are unfortunately going to rout, and they were helping out a lot against the Pushtigbans, but sadly they routed. So over here, I'm moving this elite Alemannic Scavenger. I'm not going to get a charge off, sadly. So this unit is not going to do well for me. So suddenly it has turned around a bit, but my Protectorus Defectors will clearly defeat the Persian Brigade. And this charge with his Persian Cataphracts should be the last one. I don't think he's going to be able to make it out of there alive anymore. He's going to get a nice scav charge into the rear of my Protectorus Defectors, though I wonder if this is... Like, a lot of these things, again, seem weird, this replay. Like, all these units around the field, and same thing here. Actually, I think this move actually happened, like, he forgot this Pushtigban, but I don't remember 100%. And I do remember this, engaging his Pushtigbans with my Alemannic Scavengers and then pulling out the general. And this is fairly effective for me. This is quite nice. Here though, my Protectorus Defectors fighting against this Pakmet general. I'm gonna try and get a cav charge here onto his Sogdian warriors. But this is very strange because, as you can see, my unit is slowed down because of the Slingers. I am breaking through on my left though very nicely. My Noble Germanic Horseman here is holding out extremely well against all these cavalry units, and now it means Alemannic Scavengers can support. He's getting his general in here though, which is going to be very important. And he doesn't get a cav charge off, I guess, again, because of replay corruption. So it looks like I'm going to send in Protectorus Defectors, but as you can see, they are slowed down, so they're really slow to get in here. I'm getting into his Sogdians though, again not using shield wall, massive mistake by me. Here the Protectorus Defectors, looks like they came back, but again might be a buggy thing. I'm gonna get into his Armenian Slingers here and then just pull out immediately, I suppose. Because I don't need to fight that unit. And then I'm just gonna go around in here, and I've still got, both of us have like zombie units on the field, it seems. So that is, yeah, that is very awkward. That we both have zombie units on the field. And here I'm like pulling through because this unit, I guess, was already dead. I'm gonna get a nice cav charge here into the rear of this Persian Brigade, which is going to destroy it quickly. Oh, actually it's a Sogdian warrior. And it has a lot of kills, wow, but it's mostly against the Alemannic Scavengers. Here, these Alemannic Scavengers are going to die. Well, the cav charge is very significant indeed, as you can see. Now it's dropping very quickly to the Pushtigban. But another cav charge into the Sogdian should rout it off the field. He still has some more cavalry left, and he still has infantry, but his Sogdians are going to be very important here. I mean, I've killed a good amount of those Sogdians, but still. My Scavengers here stopping his Pushtigbans, so this is very important. Here I am breaking through, and I'm going to do well against this Pakmet as it pulls out, but I wonder if this is exactly how it was. Here my general, I'm going to pull him away, and I'm going to make sure that the Protectorus Defectors support here. So I'm going to pull him through my own Protectorus Defectors and hope that his cavalry follows. And if it doesn't, well, just going to lose his Pushtigbans here, I think. So now I'm going with my general against his general, and his pocket is down to like 16 left. So now it looks like his gen is dead, and he's going to pull him out, and even though he braced, like, he's just going to die. I'm going to pull away the spear unit and engage with the Productor's Defector. I'm still engaging his push tick buns with my scavengers here, so my scavengers should kill these push tick buns eventually. Here my Productor's Defectors should be able to beat these push tick buns too. Yeah, I mean, it's just gonna take a long time because, let's see, push tick buns have a lot of armor and health, and so do the Productor's Defectors, and none of these units actually have a lot of attack power. Okay, the Productor's Defectors have a decent amount of attack power, but still. So here the nav throwers are getting wrecked by, well, it looks like I'm just pulling through because, you know, this unit must have been gone by now, and here I completely routed off that unit, and I'm fighting against this push tick buns, making sure they're off the field. And this push tick bun, I guess it's a zombie unit as well. My Productor's Defectors, I mean, they look at them, they look so cool. I really like these units. I really like them. So yeah, that is game 3 actually. So 2-1 for me. Some of the Lancers did extremely well, and the General did a lot of work too. But in general, I had more, that pun, in general. I had more troops than he did, though his Sogdians did extremely well against my infantry. Some of his cav did not do so well. The Snap Thrower, surprisingly, 86 kills. But yeah, that is game and match, so hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. Share the video, and I'll see you next time.